Delisa Johnson. When they come up on stage, I'll have them introduce themselves. When they introduce themselves, you can find out more about them. But Delisa Johnson, John Hamilton, Pamela Lewis, Dr. Reggie Sample, I should say Dr. John Hamilton, Dr. Reginald Sample, and Kanae Washington. So I'm going to have them come up on stage. And of course, Lady Karen. With a team, we do stuff together. Amen. Yeah. Okay, so the gist of today is going to be a conversation. And so in this conversation, there are certain questions that we'll ask, but most of all, we're going to position it so that you all can ask your questions as well too. And so if you have questions, this is what I want you to do, because we're in a technology-driven society. I'm going to have you text your questions to 310-999-2722. Once again, text your questions to 310-999-2722. Because I'm also an environmentalist and I don't want to kill any more trees. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to use this technology that Lady Karen pays for every month, and you can just text this number, 310-999-2722, okay? All right. And I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to start at my left and work our way back around. I'm going to have my good friend, dear friend, Dr. Sample introduce himself. And when you introduce yourself, just introduce yourself. Where's your focus as far as education is concerned, and give some history on how long you've been in education. Let's do that. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So my name is Reginald Sample, product of LAUSD. My mom was a teacher of LAUSD. And I've been in education for 23 years. I worked in special education. Actually, two of my students are students right here. Henry Clay, when I was assistant principal. So I'm happy to see how they turned out. And, so I'm the principal, assistant principal for 7 years, a principal for 7 years at Dorsey High School, and currently I'm what's called a community schools administrator. So I oversee 19 schools, 10 elementary, 7 high school and 2 middle schools, about 15,000 students, and I cover the Watts and South LA area. And my focus is really like working on those schools that have been, or in communities that have been historically underserved. I'm a champion for our community, and everything you hear Pastor Niels talk about, I'm all for making a better situation for us. So I'm a strong advocate for helping our Black and brown children, and I'll be talking about that today.
First of all, just grateful to be here. First, giving honor to God, to Pastor and First Lady. Really have a heart for the church and for the community with all the things that they want to present to the church. So just want to acknowledge you guys and also the church family. My name is Kanae Washington. I am a counselor and mentor and also a basketball coach. Just like our previous speaker, I was also a product of LA Unified School District. Attended Cal State Fullerton, and how things kind of go in full circles. One of my professors, when I was getting a master's degree, was the gentleman to my right. So it's a very humbling experience right now. See how God works. I used to ask him a lot of questions, and now I'm positioned to sit next to him. So I mean, God is good, and I'm excited to be here with you guys. So thank you.
My name is John Hamilton. I'm the Assistant Vice President for University Access and Retention at Long Beach State University. In addition to that, before that, I also used to teach in LA Unified and 112th Street Elementary for a time. And I transitioned because I really felt that I really wanted to get more young men of color and young people in general of color to give back to the K-12 system to build up more leaders. And so my work, if you check my work, there's a lot that deals with young men of color, and there's also a lot that just deals with children of color in general to get them access to the university, and once they get there, see how we can retain them and help them graduate.
Good afternoon, I'm Pamela Lewis, and I bring you greetings from Antioch Church of Long Beach. Pastor Jones, thank you so much for the invitation. I work at California State University Long Beach under the leadership of Dr. John Hamilton. I currently work on our CSULB Faith Village, which is our Faith Bases initiative, how I met Pastor Jones. And then I work also in the retention part of our students. So we do have one of my students here who I've known for 2 years. So it's nice to see the connection and how we connected and to see them as they go forth. So thank you again for letting me be here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jaleesa Johnson. Can you all hear me? Yes. Sorry, it's a little feedback. I am a former educator. Originally I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I began teaching through Teach for America in Charlotte, North Carolina. Then moved here to LA and taught on Western and Martin Luther King at a KIPP school, and left the classroom to advocate and organize with parents to really get in the deeps of this educational gap and find ways to close it. Thank you.
So they've introduced themselves, and you can see the experience is pretty cool that you educated Janika and Montreal. We'll talk after service. I need to go deeper with you on those two over there. But it's good to have the wealth of knowledge that we have here at the table. The biggest thing that I wanted us to discuss today, while we have the time, is to talk more about what it looks like and what are you all's perspective of education in LA. And this is why I was kind of vacillating with whether we want to have the kids stay or not, and because I want the young people to hear too, because they are the ones ultimately who are affected by all of this. So once we get past the politics and the positioning and the power plays and all that kind of stuff, the babies are the ones who typically will either lose out or the ones who suffer the most because they're not in the room when the meetings are going on in the first place, but everybody's talking about them. But nobody asks what they want. And typically all they want to do is go to school, have fun, get a cool little lunch, prefer In-N-Out burgers every day or pizza. Amen, right? Can I get amen? Okay, my young folks say amen. Amen. And that's it, that's all. They want to be in a safe environment so that they can learn and not have so much homework. Okay? So at the end of the day, what is your, and anybody can weigh in on this, and I got Lady Karen with me just because she's a product too of LAUSD. She went to Locke High School over in South LA. I came out of St. Bernard over in West LA. I'm sorry, did you hear some St. Bernard? St. Bernard. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Brian. You need some help. Okay. So we're products of the schools here in LA. What is your perspective? Because I think we all have enough knowledge. What is your perspective of how education has shifted over the last 30 years? Everybody don't speak at once.
I'll start. Actually, my high school reunion is coming up next year, and it will be 30 years. I'm a product of the Long Beach Unified School District, and the one thing that I do see is you definitely see the change from parents, the school district, which is the politics, but with parenting, we've we've seen the shift where babies are having babies and then not having the knowledge to actually raise the child that they should be raised with the environment that they may be dealing with and the situation. So I have seen that shift, and it's hit our communities more than others communities. Also the lack of resources with, again, the politics and the funding. Several of our schools get the resources that they should, and some of them don't, and that's specifically in the Long Beach Unified School District. Can't really vouch or say much for the LA Unified School District, but that's just what I've seen over the years in regards to the
Okay, my perspective is I see school districts that are data driven. I see parents that are have to work and have to meet certain needs, and then students that are vulnerable. They have a lot of influences within the community